Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about 10 things that I learned in my teenage years. I have at least 6 younger cousins that are currently in middle school and high school, and I was just looking at the way that they were growing up, and it's completely 100% different from the way that we used to grow up. Now, I was born in the 90s, so we were in that era where we were transitioning between the 90s fashion and the New Year's fashion. One of my younger cousins, she was born in 2001, I think, and yeah, just the way that they're growing up is completely different from the way we used to grow up in terms of the way that we think, the way that we dress, the music that we listen to. All that stuff has changed. So it got me thinking about all the stuff that I learned. I was in high school in my teens and how I would apply that to me being in my 20s now. The first thing that I learned in my teens is that high school is overrated. If you ask me if I loved high school, I would tell you no. I hated high school. I really did. The second thing that I learned in my teens is that dating is easier as a child. Millennials now are a lot more difficult to date now than they were when we were kids, because at least in high school it was all cute. We're like sending notes in class like, hey, I like you, you like me. Maybe that was middle school, but you get what I'm saying. Like, communication was easier in high school, and then people were a lot closer, and it was a lot easier to see that person, communicate with that person. Like, if you're dating somebody, 9 times out of 10 in high school, you're going to see that person every day. You're going to have classes together. You're going to do stuff after school together. If he's a jock and you're a cheerleader, you're going to see each other at every game or every practice. Like, you're going to be around each other. And adulthood, it is so much more difficult than that. It's a whole lot more complicated. They don't believe in, well, we as millennials don't believe in like face-to-face interaction. There's Tinder and online dating and apps and Craigslist and missed connections. They got all that stuff going on, and it just makes it a whole lot more difficult to like date, in my opinion. Third thing that I learned in my teens is that best friends really are forever. I've had the same group of girls that I've been best friends with since all the way back to elementary for 2 of them, and then the other 2 was middle school throughout high school. We've been friends for going on 12 years as a whole, if you count the ones from elementary school. We've been friends for going on 12 years, and I can appreciate that because we are really close. We know each other really, really well at this point. There's no hiding, there's no lies, there's no stunting, there's no fronting. Like, these people know me and I know them, and I can tell them anything and they can tell me anything, and there's no judgment. So in your teenage years, I feel like even if you go your separate ways, because we all went to different schools, like everybody went their separate ways, but we still stayed in contact with each other. So if you find that group of friends that you're really, really close with, and you know at the end of the day you can always rely on them, those are the friends that I think would stick and stand out forever. Fourth thing that I realized is that I love academics. I think I'm destined to be a career college student because I love academics. I love reading, I love writing, I love culture, I love history. I just love learning new things all the time. I have an app on my phone that teaches me new words every day. Like, I can't stop learning. I feel like learning makes you smarter. And if you're not reading, you're at least watching educational TV shows or learning something new in your app. I don't think you should ever stop learning. And I think it really resonates in your teens. Case in point, I did English in high school my senior year. I did AP English, and I tested out of it when I got to college, and it ended up being my minor when I went to college too. So I think certain things resonate with you in your teens, academics being one. That's why you should stick to it. I also learned in my teens that I'm very, very driven, if I hadn't said that enough. I don't like being defeated, and I don't like giving up per se. Certain things like puzzles, I will give up on you. But certain things in life, I don't think you should give up on. You should at least try everything once and just keep trying even if you make a mistake. One major thing that I learned in my teens is that I am beautiful. And I struggled with this in my teens mainly because and I think it really stood out to me when I was 16, because I was 16 years old and I had really, really big breasts. Like, they're huge, you guys. I couldn't even have a bra that could fit it all in there. I know some people are like, oh my god, that's amazing. No, it wasn't a good time. I couldn't play sports. I really wanted to play soccer. It hindered me when I wanted to do certain things in ROTC. It was basically too much weight on me. Back pain, all the other stuff. It made me really, really insecure because I couldn't find clothes that fit me, that my shirt wasn't like, they weren't like popping out saying, hello, here we are. That was very, very annoying when I was in high school. And I was really, really young and really, really naive, so I didn't know. I didn't know that big boobs was a popular thing back then. I was really, really insecure about it, and I have 2 older sisters that I absolutely thought were gorgeous. I still think that they're gorgeous, but in high school, I thought that they were so gorgeous, so skinny, so pretty. They had a bunch of guy friends. I didn't have any guy friends in high school. I got guy friends now, but I didn't have any in high school. And I was so envious of just how they just seemed so perfect to me, and I didn't feel perfect at all because I couldn't wear clothes that fit me, and I was very tomboyish because I didn't have any cute girly clothes and my bras wouldn't fit me. And I had to learn. Of course, I got a breast reduction when I was 16, which was more, it was cosmetic and health wise because I needed it. But I had to learn from that day to just accept the way that I am, and that some things you can't change about yourself. And then of course I got into beauty and makeup and stuff, and it made me feel good. But I really had to learn that I'm beautiful and I don't have to want what other people have to make myself feel good. I can make myself feel good. I also learned how to find my passion in high school. I used to write all the time. In middle school, I wrote all the time. In my teenage years, every day after school, you could see me writing. Like in class, while everyone was doing their work, I was writing stories, mysteries. I was in my own little world. But it was great because, as it turned out, when I got to high school, I became the editor of my school newspaper. I also got into oration contests and won some competitions, and it really just taught me how to write and how to speak and how to listen to people talking, teaching other people how to talk. And that's how I got into my minor of English when I got to college. I really started verbal pause. You're not supposed to do that. In my teens, I also learned that boys are overrated. They just are. I'm sorry. They really are. It gets better when you're an adult, but then you have to worry about the dating part. But I think boys will always be overrated in my opinion. Like, focus on your academics, focus on school and sports. Whatever your other passions are, boys will come later. It really prepared me for college, actually, not having a boyfriend in high school, because I didn't have any experience in that area. So I wasn't really, freshman year, I wasn't focused on guys at all. Sophomore and junior year, it got kind of worse in college. But freshman year, it just prepared me to not have any distractions, I should say. I didn't have any distractions because I didn't have a boyfriend. 2 final things being to learn from my mistakes and get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes in high school. You're going to do stupid things. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to get caught doing stuff, God forbid. But you know, it happens. And the thing is, even if you make mistakes, just learn from them and keep trying and don't give up. Getting out of your comfort zone is very important too. After I got my breast reduction, I tried out for cheerleading, and I actually made, did I make varsity squad? I think I made varsity squad. I think. I'm pretty sure I made varsity. Friends, let me know if I did varsity or junior varsity. I can't remember. But I did try out for cheerleading, and I made the team. And I never would have done that had I not had friends to encourage me and had I not decided to step outside of my comfort zone. So that's the 10 things that I learned in my teens. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.